I cried. I slept and I cried and then I slept. And then when it was time for me to really go to sleep, I barely slept. So that is what the day was like for me. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Rashid Show. And amen that you decided to come back for more. So what's up? I ain't gonna get to you. This week has been a roller coaster of emotions, and we just gonna share that. We had some experiences and some letdowns that happened this week, and I just been a little bit tweaked out. Not gonna hold you. So it's one of those mentally tough weeks, and we're just getting through it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and reset at the beginning of next week. That's the plan. So that's what's up, and we just gonna get right into it. So what happened was, I I thought I had a contract, y'all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that this blew me. I'm not gonna hold you, it blew me. So my agent, she's like, "Hey, you want to go to Finland for the rest of the season contract, playoffs, yada yada yada. It will be up to a month or a few weeks, type shit, type shit." I'm like, "Cool, bet." Never been to Finland before. It's a short stint. I get some film, help me get back out there, help me dip my toe back in that water because it's been a hot minute. And so I'm geeked up. So for my first experience with this overseas life, I learned quickly, like, you don't be announcing or telling nobody you finna go somewhere until you sign across the dotted line. So I learned my lesson. So I keep it cute, keep it tight until I feel like it's really for sure, until I sign that dotted line. You know what I'm saying? And so far, so good at first. At first. Okay. Here's the dilemma. Beforehand, I didn't have a job for real. And this job is not like, it's more free will. I'm a coach, I'm a trainer. And me and my clients and my players, we have a special relationship. So I have an obligation to them to like let them know what a good amount of time that I'm heading out, or I may be heading out. But me and my sworn secrecy to myself and not wanting to get a lot of attention for no reason and things like that, I'm not telling nobody nothing unless you my dog until the last second, until I need to. But I'm also like, I need to let them know so they're not just like, "Oh my God, Coach Kai's gone. We're not seeing her. Like, we didn't know she was leaving." Duh, 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 duh. You feel me? So whole time this little thing is working out, whatever. It's in the works, it's in the works. I'm waiting to really announce until things are getting in order. So I sign, and I still wait a little bit. I signed the contract. I'm like, oh my goodness. I talked to the coach, right? And this is the farthest that I've gotten in like months. So I've had a lot of like these past months or whatever, since like the summertime, a lot of like, "Oh, so and so's thinking about bring you out here, da 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 da," and they don't fall, like it don't go. Like nothing happens from it. It's just a bunch of yapping, if you will. And then this time I talked to the coach on the phone for like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay. And I was like, bro's a black coach, bro's American. Like it was giving. It was really giving. And I said, "Lord, Lord," because this whole time I just been staying down for the come up. I just stay down for the come up. And it is hard. It's hard to, you know, what's the word? It's hard to just continue to grind, and you just don't know when the shit gonna pan out for you. And I just been putting the pedal to the metal. One thing here, one thing there, one thing here, one thing there. And as far as my basketball, like I've been attuned to, adding my skill set and working on that, majority days out of the week, and making sure I'm getting better. And, being a coach and training and doing all that stuff like that has aided in my success as well as being a better player. But it's like you do this, and it's like, well, who this for? Who this for? Because I'm not seeing who this is for. I'm not seeing who this is for. And at this point, I'm going on like, it's about to be, I'm capping, but it's going to be like, last time I got done playing, it was like June. Or was it June? It was the end of June. So I'm coming up on a year of no contract, no sign, no nothing. And I'm itching. I'm tweaked out. Right? I'm tweaked out. Not really, but like, it's like, oh shoot, like when it's my turn. When it's my turn. When can I sing that song? It should turn, it should turn, it should turn, baby. Nobody is truly yours. It's just your turn. You know what I'm saying? When can I sing that song for me? Um, so I signed the contract and I'm like tweaked out because I'm like, I'd have to leave this week. And I'm like, I'm gonna wait for my flight information. And then I was like, no, I gotta tell them. Because if I see them, I happen to see them. If my flight's on a Wednesday or something, I'm gonna see them one more time. And I want them to know what's going on and not just be like extremely surprised, right? So I make a whole announcement in our group chat. I'm like, yeah, da da da, it's a short time. Love you all. It's gonna be, it's not goodbye. I'm gonna see you later. Yada 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 yada. Cool, 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 cool beans. Go to bed. Wake up. Wake up to my flight information. You're leaving at this time on this date. You got this many flights. You supposed to land over here at this time, and then you gonna practice all this stuff, right? So I'm geeked up, geeked up. I'm finna go to my last like day of work, if you will. And I'm just like, okay, I'm getting prepared. I'm getting ready for my day. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna tell them when I get there, like, I'm not gonna be here. I got signed. Da, da, da. Really, we're feeling good. We're feeling on a high. I signed and I had flight information. hmm I sent a question back. Question that has to do with all the stuff going on, right? Because it's quick. It's a quick turnaround. And if you know this lifestyle, like, it's just all over the place. And I'm getting ready to leave out the door. Calais is like going to pick up her brother and then coming back to get me before we leave out the door for the day. And I asked the question 2 minutes later as I'm about to leave out the door and she's on her way back. They say, oh, my fault. It's not going to happen. Basically, they fucked up and they didn't read a rule. Signing period already passed. Research wasn't done, even though they had already bought me a flight and had me sign a contract. Mind you, the contract was like, it was like they sent a contract, then it got sent back, renegotiated or whatever, and then sent back again. So there was a process here where we could all like try to, make sure we're on our P's and Q's. So as I'm about to leave the door, this happens, and it's like the movie where like my heart starts, or I start breathing heavily and slowly, and like I just feel like I'm shaking, cause I'm like, there's no way this is happening. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. And then I'm like, I just did all this announcement, and I talked to my godmom, and I'm like, I don't like to do too much ever. I don't like to do too much, and I do this whole announcement, and I'm like, I did all this shit for no reason, bro, for no reason. Hit the quick text to Calais, y'all go ahead and go without me. I need a day. Text the little boss. I'm like, hey, I'm not coming in today. Something came up. Type shit. I was tweaked out. Tweaked out. So then I'm like, okay. So I didn't say anything the whole time. I'm getting congratulations messages still. I'm like, oh my God, put my phone on do not disturb the whole day. I didn't talk to nobody all day. I didn't interact with anybody all day. I didn't even like lay in this bed. Also, we're gonna disregard the bag. It's about to be wash day. And like I said, it's been a tough week. All right, it's been a tough week. And I made a pallet on the floor. I watched the New Edition story. I caught all the way up on Abbott Elementary. I ordered a meal. I cried. I slept and I cried and then I slept. And then when it was time for me to really go to sleep, I barely slept. So that is what the day was like for me. So yeah, when I say tweaked out, I mean that. So I had to really soak, and you know what they say, like 24-hour rule vibes, like dead ass. I gave myself the whole day to really like lock in. I was talking to my godmom, and She's like, Kai, no, like you cannot go to work, because I'm like up in arms. I'm up in arms, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm not gonna be able to like save face today. I'm not gonna be able to put on a facade. Like I just didn't have it, and I just went from the highest high to the lowest low in less than 5 minutes, and it was just like, what, yo, like what, like are you for real? And it's like my closest people asking me like, well, how does it feel? And I'm like, I'm not shocked, but I'm in awe of the things that God could do. And then later that night, I said, well, now I am shocked. Now I am shocked. Because what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna hold you. And at the beginning of the day, I'm like, ain't shit funny. Ain't shit funny. But by the end of the day, shit was funny. And I'm like, you know what? Shit. Like, I just had to sit in it. And my godmom was like the greatest advocate that day, that night of like, God, you can't, you don't need to be going out there today. Because when I tell you, I was distraught. I was so distraught in the moment. I couldn't even form words. I couldn't function. And it's like the closest people to me are not in proximity, close proximity, literal physical proximity to me. So I really wasn't gonna be in a function. So I didn't come out the room except for like to use the bathroom and grab my food. And I just sat in the shit. And sometimes it'd be like that. You just gotta sit in the shit and feel it. And I felt it. I felt it. I felt it. And then I was gonna take it day by day to see if I was gonna keep going. And then I guess 24 hours is all I needed, because I got up the next day. I went to work. Now I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't worked out. I'm still tweaked out about that. But like as far as like getting sleep and all that stuff too, I've been sleeping because I've had full days of work because we do camps and stuff sometimes. So I've had full days of work and training sessions, and then when I was able to talk about it to one of the parents, I said, okay, you're good, you're all right, you just need the day. And they're like, oh, so when do you leave? Da, da, da. And I said, okay, so I need to make an announcement. And that's why I'm here. And it just it fell through. And people just didn't cross their T's and dot their I's. It's out of my control. And that's that. Yeah, that was that. And I was able to communicate without like tearing up and all that stuff about, what happened, how it happened. I sent another message out because I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't send these people into, orbit emotionally as well. And I'm like, I kind of feel bad and all this stuff too. But then I was like, you know what? It is what it is. And to be able to have uh, grace for it all in the story, I'm like, I'm talking to them like, you know what? But it's all a part of the large testimony I'm going to have. And I'm like, you're going to be straight, bro. And then here's a key point. I was talking to my godmom, and she was a little bit, I don't know if the word's worried, but maybe concerned a little bit about how I would feel like, oh, this means enough is enough. Like, you're done. You're done. And I said, nah. Funny thing is, even in the midst of the tears and the emotional turmoil, I said, all right, bet. All right, bet. This is just all a part of his plan. I don't know why per se, but all right, bet. But it quitting didn't cross my mind either. And I'm just like, wow. I just gotta keep going. No one cares. Keep going. So now what? Now when I share the testimony, when I share to the parents about what's going on, when I'm talking to myself, it's really okay. This is just part of the story. This your road, your path to success, your path to his glory isn't gonna be peaches and cream, or it's not gonna look like what a lot of other people's looks like. And yes, I went through the emotion of why me? Why I always got to be the one on some bullshit for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, why the odds of me? I'm like, bro, I waited to the last second to say something, and it still didn't work out for me. Why? Why? So that stuff is real, bro. Like, it's real, and I'm like, this shit really fucked up, and it feels fucked up, and like, yeah, my feelings are hurt, but at the same time, I'm still blessed. It's not that I hate what I'm doing now. Love it. I'm still here with the kids. I'm still growing with them. And it's going to work out for something greater. It's going to work out for something greater. That's the moral of it all. That's the now what. The now what is that? Okay. I, took that day, or I take my days. I dust myself off and I keep going. And I put one foot in front of the other, and then I keep going. Regardless if I got 100% in the tank or if I got 25. Either way, I just pick myself up. I keep going. I got to do what I got to do, because there has to be a relentless spirit to pursue what God has in store for you. And if I stop that pursuit, then I don't know what. If I stop the pursuit, I've been so heavy into the pursuit. And my godmom was like, this is the devil. This is what the devil wants. Something like this just hits you. Because when I tell you I got hit like a ton of bricks, bro. Hit. Like right hook, uppercut, like sneaked. All of that is what I felt in that moment. But the Lord didn't raise no quitter. And it's odd to say, but I'm still blessed. And I just continue to tell myself, because God told me it's all going to work out for my good. It's all going to work out for my good. So that's just what I rock on. That's the thing that keeps me going. It's like, okay, whatever happens today, it's all working out for the greater good, because God says so. So I have a question. Have you had something that just had you an emotional roller coaster recently, or, in general, that really sent you? Because it blew me. It blew me. And then how you're moving forward. Are you the type of person you just need one day, you just need 24 hours? Don't talk to me, I'll murder you. And then keep going? Or do you need more time? What do you do to cope? And how are you feeding yourself those positive affirmations despite what can appear negative in the moment, what feels hurtful in those moments? So yeah, that's what I got for y'all. I need to share that, because that's what happened to me. That's really what just happened to me. That's what's been on my heart. And life be life, and sometimes, but I'm gonna continue to life. Life is not gonna life me. Period. But to say if I'm 100%, I'm not. But I'm still gonna keep going. Like I said, I don't got the 100%. I'm gonna try to have 100% when we hit Monday, but I ain't got it right now. It's a little by little, step by step. Every little step I take, I'll be there. Every little step I make, we'll be together. Yeah. So it's just one of those realistic pods. Had to tell you about what's really going on with your girl. Didn't expect that. What I did expect is to come on here and be like, I'm in Finland, bitches. I'm on my way out. Da 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 da. Nah, it didn't work out for me like that. But it's gonna work out better. So this is the end of the episode. Thank y'all again for coming back to watch another one of the Kairika Rashid Show. I'm thankful for y'all to listen to me and, the ups and downs of my journey. And I hope that you come back for more. Get at me. Ta-da.